Welcome to Mullen's Benefits Companion, a podcast that helps employers navigate the complex legal challenges of managing their employee benefit plans. I'm your host, Brydon DeWitt, and today I'll be joined by my partner, Nona Massengill, to discuss final regulations on Top Hat plan filings. How are you doing today, Nona?
Good. Thanks for having me, Brydon.
Yeah, thank you for taking time to discuss these new regulations. I understand there's been some recent developments regarding the filings for Top Hat plans, and I think right at the outset, what exactly is a Top Hat plan?
Yeah, sure. So that's a type of plan that does provide retirement or pension benefits, but it's a plan that is limited to a select group of management or highly compensated employees. So it's an unfunded plan. Sometimes employers have insurance that backs the plan, but it's basically an unfunded plan providing retirement benefits for a top group of employees.
And what are some examples of Top Hat plans?
Yeah, so they have different names, often doing sort of two different things, either an elective deferral by executives, so that might be called a non-qualified deferred comp plan, also SERPs, supplemental plans, excess benefit plans. They have a number of names, but they provide supplemental benefits on top of a 401k or qualified pension plan.
Okay. So what specific changes have been made to the filing requirements for Top Hat plans?
Well, the change is that the filings now have to be done electronically. In the past, or I guess I would say historically, paper filing was the only option. About 5 years ago, the DOL provided an opportunity to file electronically, but it wasn't required. Now filing is required to be done through the website.
And that's consistent with the Form 5500s, which are now electronic. You file electronically with the Department of Labor.
Right.
When do these new regulations go into effect?
They go into effect August 16th, 2019.
Okay, so how does an employer make the electronic filing? What's the timing for making this type of submission?
Yeah, so a filing needs to be made within 120 days of a plan becoming subject to ERISA, and generally that means 120 days after the plan's effective date. And the way the filing is done is through a page on the EBSA website. So, the website is www.dol.gov/EBSA, and you would just look for Top Hat filings.
Okay. And so what if an employer misses this deadline, either a past filing deadline where paper submissions were allowed or under the new method?
It's really pretty simple. There is a correction procedure. It's part of the DOL standard correction procedure, but fortunately the method and also the cost is straightforward and fairly accessible. So there's a $750 penalty, but that applies regardless of how many plans require a backup filing. That can also be done through the website. We certainly can help folks with that filing process, but it's straightforward.
And so why is it important to file? And what's the difference? What do you gain by making a Top Hat plan filing?
Well, because these are, the whole premise of the requirement is that these are pension plans subject to ERISA, albeit for a select group of employees. Absent a Top Hat filing, there would be 5,500 filing requirements.
Full 5,500.
Right, and so along with that comes, penalties for non-filing or late filing if that weren't done. So it really is something that should be done, but fortunately it's easy.
Okay. Well, thank you, Nona. That'll wrap up our discussion of the Top Hat plan filing regulations. Thank you again for joining us. If you have any questions or suggestions for future episodes, please contact me. You can also visit our employee benefits practice page at williamsmullen.com/employee benefits. There you can find out more about our team as well as past episodes of this podcast and legal alerts. Also, be sure to subscribe to this podcast to be notified when our next episode posts. Thanks for listening.